Baveno, a small town on the shores of the beautiful Lake Maggiore, northern Italy, was our destination for a long weekend. From our balcony, we have a wonderful vantage point to sit back, admire the shimmering lake, and watch the hustle and bustle of people going about their business. This region of Italy is surrounded on three sides by the Alps and is close to the borders with France and Switzerland. The town has a pleasant promenade and plenty of bars where you can sit out by the lake and enjoy a drink or an ice cream. Just a short drive from Baveno is the town of Palanza, which is the capital of the province. It has a very long lakeside promenade running to the neighbouring town. When we visited, the local street market traders had taken over the shoreside. In the 19th century, Lake Maggiore was discovered by literary and artistic travellers, whose descriptions of the area helped to make it a favourite destination of the European upper classes. Just a short boat ride from the lakeshore are the picturesque Borromeo Islands of Isla Bella, Isla San Giovanni, Isla Madre, Isla di Pescatori. Stresa is probably the most famous town on Lake Maggiore. In the 17th century, the Borromean family initiated the transformation from a small village. In 1906, the Simplon rail tunnel opened and Stresa was instantly accessible. In fact, it later became a stop on the Venice-Simplon Orient Express service. The Grand Hotel Dino had a rare and fascinating feature, a long underground tunnel linking it to the neighbouring Simplon Hotel. The two hotels are separated many blocks apart, with many houses and a road between them. They had turned it into an art gallery with many copies of works by Renoir, Van Gogh and other famous artists. Heading northwards, we crossed the border from Italy to Switzerland on board the Lake Maggiore Express, actually a narrow-gauged scenic railway, winding its way up the mountains and valleys towards Locarno on the northern tip of the lake. One amusing aspect, at least for us English, this is the most unfortunately named company in the whole history of travel. Ferrovie Ortoline Regionali Ticinesi sounds a decent and reliable business, and being Swiss it is. However, the ill-advised firm chooses to make an acronym from its name. So in Locarno and on this train, we're blessed with fart buses, fart trains, and all kinds of slick publicity for excursions by fart. Snickers aside, Locarno is one of Switzerland's most beautiful holiday towns, nestled into a forest bay at the north of the lake. It's also one of Switzerland's sunniest corners, basking under blue skies for well over 300 days a year. The return journey on our Lake Maggiore Express day out takes to the water for the 3-hour ferry ride back to Baveno. The only problem was the ferry schedule was not frequent enough to allow us to get off at stops and explore the picturesque towns and islands on foot. Orta is a botanical garden on water. The favourable microclimate makes the visitor seem to be in a subtropical environment rich in rare plants and exotic flowers. The garden can be considered to be one of the most important and ancient in Italy. Its realisation in fact goes back to before the 16th century. The truly charming and small Lake Orta, only 8 miles by 2 miles, just a short drive from Lake Maggiore, revealed the medieval village of Orta San Giuliano, which transports you back to an era long ago. Like in many towns in Italy, life in Orta San Giuliano centres around the main piazza. Cars have to squeeze through the tiny passageways that lead to the town.
Guarda questa terra che gira insieme a noi anche quando è buio. Guarda questa terra che gira anche per noi. Darci un po' di sole, sole, sole. My love, che sei l'amore mio, sento la tua voce.
Now on to the beautiful shores of Lake Como, the jewel in the crown of Italy's famous lakes. It's a haven of tranquility and a very popular destination for us. Lake Como is 50 kilometers long, and west of Bellagio is where the lake splits into two. The mountains around the lake are 2,000 meters high, and the lake is up to 1,300 feet deep, making it one of the deepest lakes in Europe. Lenno, a small town on the western shore, is our base. On the tip of the peninsula is Villa Baveno, a beautiful 16th century residence, a location for the James Bond film Casino Royale, but was unfortunately shut during our stays.
Aquellos que han nacido en un mundo así, no olviden su fragilidad.
One of the best ways to admire the beauty of the lake and its villas is from the water. Because of the length of the lake, ferries are the local means of getting around and are far quicker than a car and 1,000 times more relaxing. Bellagio, often considered to be one of the most beautiful towns in Italy, it lies at the apex of the landmass between Como and Lecco. With its cobbled streets and buildings full of character and a spectacular location, Bellagio is not a place to miss. Just a few miles south of Lenno is the tranquil village of Succhio. As night falls, Lenno takes on an even more relaxing atmosphere as people stroll along the dimly lit promenade and sit in the lakeside bars and hotel verandas, admiring a fantastic vista.